ego needs to understand she will never be the soul. The ego is the limited version of consciousness. The soul is the infinite version of consciousness, or a direct descendant of consciousness. The soul allows for infinity to be available to you. But the ego is the conscious mind, and the conscious mind only has a limited capacity to hold infinite energy. Now, or to say to work with infinite energy. That's why becoming something in this 3D reality takes time. When you want to have a baby, it doesn't manifest the next day. It takes 9 months. When you want to grow a beautiful garden, it doesn't happen the next day. It takes time. So everything takes time. But I think what is the most important journey, the conclusion of the hero's journey, is for the ego to finally realize she is the limited version of the soul and accept that for what it is. That doesn't make her lesser than, because she is the soul, but she is the part of the soul that can create on earth. So that makes the conscious mind extremely powerful, but at the same time, you will always have that feeling it's not enough. And that fail-safe has been placed there by the conscious universe to motivate you and to keep you moving in the direction of the soul. Because if the ego would think for one moment she could become the soul, the ego would stop moving. There would be no reason to do anything. If you are infinity, why would you do anything? This awareness is how we woke up to being human beings in this 3D reality. We separate ourselves from the animal kingdom. We can create things with our hands. We are beyond powerful. Science hasn't even figured out yet how our brain really fully works. I mean, they're working on it, of course. But this whole construct of our body, our mind, our brain, our heart, all the nerve cells, our nervous system, how everything works. Science is still working on it, figuring it out, coming to very, very important conclusions that are not really shared publicly yet. That we are very much code. And when you learn to code, there could be a time in the future where science is able to manipulate or regrow. I mean, the latest thing that I read, which was yesterday, I read that science is now in a position to start 3D printing organs. 3D print organs. So if somebody is suffering from a liver failure, they can now print you an organ, a liver. But they're still in the early stages. To me, that's just completely mind-blowing. Completely mind-blowing. But as brilliant as that is, as ingenious as that is, that this tells you how much our ego can accomplish. But what we will never be is infinity. What we will never be is the Tao. What we will never be is the mind of source or source energy. And so when the ego accepts the light of the soul, when the ego surrenders to her soul by remembering she is the soul, but she will never be the soul, She is the soul, but she will never be the soul. Because she has to walk towards her soul until she can't walk anymore, until the body cannot walk anymore. And that's because we have to evolve. We have to keep evolving. We have to keep improving. We have to keep getting better and better and better. Every time you reach a goal, there will be a new goal. Every time you reach a certain milestone, there will be a new milestone. Once you start to get it, once it clicks, once you really feel, wait a minute, there's no end to this. That's when you actually come at a complete stop, at a complete rest, and you realize, I am the seeker Thoth. All this time, you're doing things because you are in search of yourself. You are in search of the soul. But once you find the soul, the work still continues. The work never ends. Buddha says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So the whole self-realization process is about the ego waking up to the soul. And it's about the ego remembering she is the soul. You are Fabulous One. All you have to do is remember what you forgot. Thank you for listening. If you would like to get familiar with the complete teaching of the Fabulous One philosophy, I highly recommend you buy my book. And if you are excited to become a self-master, I invite you to join my online self-mastery school for moms, where I help you transform your inner saboteur into your inner strength so you can make each day your masterpiece. Student level membership is free. Looking forward to seeing you inside.